Every 2K player that doesn't want to spend money to go straight to a 99 overall has VC farmed in one way or another. But that's not necessarily a bad thing though. It's pretty much a rite of passage for any no money spent player. Now in 2K26, there are two ways to VC farm in the new seasons. Well, there's three if you're feeling froggy. Number one is playing My Career, which mainly consists of doing the out of bounds storyline and doing endorsement quests, which I already covered a majority of those in episode 1. Number two is playing online. This consists of farming games in the theater, park, rec, or even streak hunting. And number three, for those being froggy, are doing VC glitches, which all it is just trying to exploit 2K and make them pay more than originally intended. And on my new 60 to 99 series, I want to do everything by the book, so we can throw away doing VC glitches. Plus, I already made a whole video doing that anyway. And I really don't want to play My Career right now. I want to see what the VC farm grind looks like if I played nothing but online games. And we're doing this in the brand new seasons of 2K26 to really find out if the online VC grind is really worth it. And today's goal, we're going to see how far we can boost this 80 overall playing nothing but online games. And before we get started, as you guys can see by that little screen over there, we hit that 50,000 subscriber goal, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. You guys are absolute legends. But the next goal I have on my list is to get that silver play button and put it right over there. So that is my new goal. And if you guys are enjoying this series or enjoying the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like on the video. But let's get this shit started. And if you're really in the mindset of VC farming but don't want to sweat, then I'm going to recommend going to theater, because that's going to be your best friend. And that's where I'm going to start off hooping with my boy Pete. We played about 10 games on the twos court, and this 80 overall was showing out for all 10 of them. I was knocking down shots left and right, leaving each defender stunned every time. It's funny that just because I'm the lowest overall on the court, people automatically assume I'm the worst. But moving to the main reason why I'm doing this, through every game I ended up playing, I did not get below a B- teammate grade. And the highest VC count I got being at 591 VC for dropping 12 points and 3 assists with an A teammate grade. And the lowest amount I got was 249 VC because we lost. But on average through all these games, I was getting 527 VC, and for about 6 to 8 minutes of gameplay, that's not the worst payout in the world. I wanted to stay in the theater, but I wanted to see if the VC payout would change if I went with a more traditional lineup. But the only thing that seemed to change is where we ended up standing at the end of the game. I'm saying that we lost. But eventually we got the hang of it. And that's another thing I love about this build. Its ability to pretty much adapt to any new situation I throw at it. And after that first game, you know, we didn't do a lot of losing, but one game did pay me significantly less than I expected for a win. Now, I might have only dropped 6 points, but I had a B teammate grade, which I guess didn't matter because they only gave me 442 VC. Luckily, that one weird game did not mess up my averages, because in one game I ended up dropping 15 points and got an A+ teammate grade and got a whopping 657 VC. So for this stream of games with Plasma, I got an average of 554 VC, which made it higher than playing with Peter. Now, is all this scientifically accurate? Absolutely not, but that's just the data I got for personally VC farming. And with the VC I got from farming those games, I went ahead and maxed out my perimeter D, and now I'm an 81 overall. Another great game mode to farm VC is the rec, but that's only if you can hoop with a good team that knows how to play ball for real. Now in this first game, I'm not gonna lie, I had absolutely no points, but I was a bored demon. Unfortunately, not everybody I played with was on my crew, so I didn't get that crew bonus VC, and I only got a C+ teammate grade, so I walked away with 668 VC for over 25 minutes of gameplay. For game number 2, I told myself I was going to do more than take up space and actually contribute on the offensive end, which is true. I did end up doing that, but it didn't matter because we ended up losing anyway. And don't think just because we are VC farming that I don't look to take shortcuts, which is why I went straight to that daily spin in the hopes of getting some quick VC, and luckily I ended up getting 1500 VC, which is greatly appreciated. But back into the rec in this next one, I was doing a little bit of everything. You could say I was a pretty solid role player here, but also a key contributor, especially at the very end of the game when I ended up hitting the game-winning shot without me even realizing what I had did.
Yeah, we can just take that too. Oh, one more. Never mind. Oh yes.
Fuck it.
Yes.
Oh, damn, that was for
yes.
game, damn. Oh, shit, I gotta be more hyped. I wasn't even hyped over that shit. That was a regular shot. Damn, I should have said ball game. Fuck. What the?
Oh, it didn't count.
Boy, I know they mad than a bitch.
I ended this game with an A- teammate grade and got a whopping 1,905 VC with the crew bonus. If only I could get this crew bonus VC every game, this series would have been over with. And with the VC I earned, I'm upping my pass accuracy to an 83, and now I am an 82 overall. I did end up playing one more game, which I had another solid performance, although it was not anything like the last game, but I was getting left open a lot this go round, ending with an A- teammate grade and got 1,374 VC. From farming in the wreck, we racked up a nice chunk of change, but we all know the wreck can get pretty tiring since it takes a long time to finish these games. And I wanted to see if I can push my limits of my 2v2 averages in the theater, so I decided to head back there for a few more games. And lucky for me, my first game back in here was against the number 17 ranked player in Ohio and the number 96 ranked player in Kentucky. Can you guess what happened? Yeah. Anyway, it was a pretty mixed bag this go round, since sometimes I would be hooping with my boys and others would be with randoms. Another thing that can easily kill the amount of VC you can get from farming is that crew bonus, which we have already seen up to this point, allowing me to see some crazy numbers, but playing with randoms in here feels like such a fall from grace for the amount of VC you get. So of course those averages did not get boosted. Now that I've settled with the max amount of VC I can farm on the 2s, I wanted to see what the 3s would look like in the theater as well for farming, and to see if there's any consistency with the VC from 2v2 to 3v3. But it looks like the only thing that stays consistent is us getting our ass beat for the first game. From hooping on the 3s, we really were not losing for the rest of these runs, but there was a glaring factor that was keeping me from hitting my max VC potential. With another player on the court and the game's only going to 21, there was not a lot of room to spread the wealth for me. And of course, this is the easiest 2K to shoot in, making it nearly impossible for me to boost my teammate grade from snagging boards. Good thing we are all in the crew, because otherwise this VC count would look horrendous. But I know that running with randoms in the theater is a reality for a lot of you guys out there, so all I can do is just pray for you. Even if each game is a little short when it comes to VC, it does all add up in the end. And with my VC, I'm gonna up my block to a 78 and my strength to a 75, and now I am an 83 overall. Now, something that a lot of players get wrong when VC farming is that they are just playing a game without realizing what's really going on. Take this next game in the wreck, for instance. We ended up losing this game by 3, and taking a loss in the wreck would normally only get you a max of like 500 VC, right? But as you guys can see, I still ended up getting over 1,000 VC for a loss. I didn't even have the most points on my team, and I still walked away with a nice little bag. So before you decide to rage quit out of those games, just think about the VC you are leaving on the table. And in the next game, I dropped less points and got a better teammate grade on top of a win, and barely got 300 VC more. Just keep that in mind. So I just realized something kind of crazy. I edited this entire video without using headphones. Not once did I put these on because of what Razer sent me. The Razer Nomo V2 Pros have pretty much taken over my entire setup. I've been using them for a while now, and the wild part is it feels so normal to edit straight from them. The sound is that clean. That THX spatial audio really does fill the room. You can hear depth, direction, and little details that you normally would only hear in high quality headphones. And that bass from the wireless sub, yeah, it lets you know that it's down there. Now, what I didn't expect was how clean it was switching from editing to gaming without touching any buttons. The audio stays consistent, the settings don't fight with me, and there's no weird audio leveling. And at night when the room is dark, that RGB makes the whole setup feel alive. So yeah, these speakers fit the vibe way faster than I expected them to. And I used to be a strict headphone user when I'm editing, but after using the Nomo V2 Pro, I didn't even realize I stopped reaching for for them. And I'm not gonna lie, that's really how you know something's good. So big thanks to Razer for sponsoring this video and for giving my setup speakers that I forgot weren't headphones. If you want clean sound, deep bass, and a setup that just feels more alive, then check out the Nomo V2 Pros, linked in the description, and huge thanks to Razer for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the episode. I cannot lie, 2K was looking out for the VC farmers this year when they added streak breaking, and me and Peter are out here trying to milk the biggest cow by going to the park and hopping on the spot with 10,000 VC on the line. And as a VC farmer, we understand there are levels to the competition. But damn it, if someone is gonna hand you 10,000 VC just for beating somebody without any repercussions like it's the stage, you better fly your ass on that court. Now, getting this game started, I knew we had a chance because they showed us they were human by immediately missing. I didn't waste any time and showed this man why I hopped on this court with such confidence, breaking him down into a step back three to show I meant business. And after dropping another three, he had no choice but to respect the jumper, and that allowed Peter the chance to rim run on his guy with no help coming his way. And when the time came for the big man to test my jumper once again for game, I did not hesitate and put this game away like it was just another game in the theater. But this time, I'm collecting 10,529 VC. A disclaimer, even though I'm trying to aura farm here, we definitely got our ass beat a lot trying to streak break. So don't feel bad if it takes you a few tries to get it done. But with my newfound VC, I'm maxing out my driving dunk to a 65 and upping my layup a little, and now I am an 85 overall. And I know you guys have been eyeing these cap breakers, and I'm finally gonna use them, upping my driving dunk from a 65 all the way to an 82. So now I can finally start rim running. My favorite. I even could have changed my name, but I like the original one better. And really, if you're doing this no money spent thing with me, the amount of cap breakers you can get now and really hack your build to look really good even at a low overall is actually insane. Now that I got an 82 driving dunk, you know I gotta see how this footer can fly. You know what? I'm just gonna stick to shooting for the rest of this game. And hey, I ended up with 655 EC. I'm not leaving out of these twos until I can get a dunk off, but I gotta throw these guys off by sparking it from the outside first. And after a while, I was able to get my first dunk, even though it wasn't a meter dunk, but still got 654 VC. Now, instead of me goofing around in the twos some more, let's go to one of the best, if not the best way to get a lot of VC in 2K. And I already know what you guys are going to be saying in the comments. Now look, I recorded this gameplay you are seeing right before 2K decided to change how much VC you get in here, which I don't know why they did that because it's been like this for the last 4 years. And now 33 Pro-Am, if you hop in, feels like a waste of time. But none of us can go back in time, so you can just view these games as one last look at one of the greatest VC methods put to rest. And with the VC I walked out the time capsule with, I'm maxing out my pass accuracy to an 87. But that will not be the end of my 3v3 Pro-Am runs. No, because we are actually going to do insanely well in here for no reason at all. And don't let me get my player of the game too. Boy, oh boy, look at these VC totals right here. It's really going to hurt my soul to boot this game back up now, knowing that the only way I can replicate these VC numbers is to play 5v5 Pro-Am, and I refuse to even step foot in there. Right here, I'm gonna up my driving layup to a 60, and now I am an 86 overall. But just like being a farmer in real life, you have to take advantage of what is in front of you until it runs out. And that's exactly what we did in here, winning damn near 10 games in a row. And after we took our final loss, which I still got 922 VC by the way, I went back to the daily spin, this time getting 2,500 VC. And with that, I'm maxing out my layup, and I'm gonna put these two cap breakers on it and get it to a 79. Now, the only thing that I have not tried up to this point of VC farming is probably what a majority of you guys are going through, and that's playing 3v3 no squads. Now, don't get me wrong, now the runs in here are either going to be the most fun you've ever had on 2K or the deciding factor and never booting up this game again. But if we're talking straight VC, this shit is buns. Without that crew bonus, it feels like 2K is just handing out crumbs, and it almost feels disrespectful in a way. way. And damn, man, I'm sorry for any of you guys that had to go through this shit. But hey, we did make some pretty significant progress today, getting all the way from an 80 to 86 overall, just playing straight online. And I'm going to try my best to make the last episode the last one in the series, going from an 86 to 99 overall, which is something that is pretty much unheard of for me doing, but I have some tricks up my sleeves. So if you guys want to see that, I'm gonna need this video to get to 1,000 likes, and I will make sure to hop on that grind. And don't think I forgot about what I said at the end of the last video. We are returning to that 2K10 series as soon as I finish this player to 99 overall. So with that being said, guys, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.